Hello, everybody. This is American Literature Quiz based on our favorite Videopedia, every day at 6, American Literature. We had a first round quiz competition in our Test 2Q group, and 10 participants have been selected as the finalists. As you all know, the Everyday at 6 Videopedia is also based on the American Literature Encyclopedia that was recently released. This is a revolution in American literature studies among us students because we have got all the material together and we just need quiz programs like this to cover everything and remember everything. In this program, in this grand finale, I will ask all the participants five questions each. Put it simple. One is visual, one question. And everybody is going to be winners, even though we will have a rank list. We will have the people who come first, second, third. And I will also try to help you understand how to guess in case there are any difficult questions. So this will be a lot of practice for our upcoming NET and SET exams also. The coordinators of this grand finale is Mr. Prijit PK and Kainat Ghazal. Both are very prominent members of the TESS Research and Development team. I am sharing my screen with you. American Quiz Grand Finale. As everybody knows, this is our favorite contemporary encyclopedia of literature of the Americas. The 4th encyclopedia in the Bodhi Tree World Literature Encyclopedia series. American Literature is in 2 volumes, and the 2nd volume is almost ready. It will come in a couple of months. And the Everyday at 6 Videopedia, which all of you have watched, is based on this amazing encyclopedia. I am so happy that this is a wonderful book because I am not the one who made it. It is the work of maybe hundreds of people who have studied at TESS, who have worked with me. I'm just a curator who put together their wonderful work. This is a collaborative effort we have here. So moving on to the quiz program, we have only one round, and we start with Mubashira Majid. Can you please introduce yourself, Mubashira? Then I'll go on to give you my questions.
Hello, I am Mubashira. I am from Kerala, and I'm a student of Kalyani ma'am after my PG. And I'm still a student of her. I'm watching all the videos of Videopedia and all other lives in YouTube and all. So I'm here with you, and I hope you will enjoy this quiz today.
Oh, well, we will all enjoy for sure. And this is great learning. It is not to test anybody's knowledge or anything like that. As you all know, all our programs are based on this philosophy. Learning is continuous and learning is lifelong. Learning is fun. So the first question to you, Mubashira. Her Land is an utopian novel by, is it Kate Chopin, Adrian Rich, or Charlotte Perkins Gilman?
Option C, ma'am. Charlotte P. Gilman.
That is right. Her Land is an utopian novel by Charlotte Perkins Gilman. As you all know, Charlotte Perkins Gilman is also the author of the very famous story, The Yellow Wallpaper. She was a proto-feminist. Second question to you, Mubashira. Brown Girl, Brown Stones is a coming-of-age novel by the diasporic writer. Is it M.G. Vasanji, Jamaica Kincaid, or Paula Marshall?
Option B, ma'am. Jamaica Kincaid.
That's okay. Mubashira is a person who comes really close. It is option not B, but C, Paula Marshall.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
You're amazing. You came up to B. That's amazing.
No, I'm a little nervous. That's why my brain is stuck sometimes.
I know.
No problem.
If I were
I
the
have heard
first
this.
person, if
Yeah.
I were the first person, I would be scared too and nervous too. No problem. Relax.
I have read about this novel. I mean,
Right.
I read
Yes.
about this.
Brown Girl, Brown Stones is a coming-of-age novel. Everybody, it's a coming-of-age novel. And it's by the diasporic writer, Caribbean writer, Paula Marshall. She is a Caribbean American writer. So the answer is C, Paula Marshall. Next question to you. Don't worry, you will get it. Even if you don't, we will learn it. On which writer is the character Uncle Tom of Uncle Tom's Cabin modeled? Is it Langston Hughes, Josiah Henson, or Phyllis Wheatley? Think.
It is option B, Josiah Henson.
Yes, it is option B, Josiah Henson. It cannot be Langston Hughes because Langston Hughes is a 20th century writer. Uncle Tom's Cabin is earlier than that. And Phyllis Wheatley is a woman writer.
A woman writer.
Yes. So it is Josiah Henson. He was a Black slave writer of the 19th century.
And
Uncle Tom's Cabin is written by Harriet Beecher Stowe. Yeah. Next question. Who of the following is a prairie writer? Is it Kate Chopin, Willa Cather, or Shirley Jackson?
Option C, Shirley Jackson.
They're also you're very close, but that's okay. Willa Cather is well known as a prairie writer. She has written novels like Oh Pioneers, My Antonia. Remember, Willa Cather wrote about the prairies, the vast grassland, the prairies. Don't worry, even if you get it wrong, we are learning together. And the last question to you, Mubashira. Ready? It's a visual round. So Willa Cather, we are leaving here. Bye-bye, Willa Cather. Identify this writer who was brought before HUAC for un-American activities. Is it Arthur Miller or William Faulkner or John Steinbeck?
Option C, John Steinbeck.
One more chance.
Arthur Miller.
Arthur Miller, yes.
Arthur Miller.
Yes. Kainat, we will mark the one more chance separately as a half mark. Okay.
Okay.
Identify the writer who was brought before HUAC, House of Un-American Activities. And this was because he was a communist sympathizer. It was Arthur Miller, and it was for writing Death of a Salesman, the archetypal work of American literature. At that time, people could not appreciate it. So the answer is A, Arthur Miller. Thank you, Mubashira. You've done really well, especially for being the debut participant.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Did you enjoy?
Yes, ma'am, a lot. It was my first time for attending a quiz like this. And I'm very happy, ma'am.
Wonderful. You're getting a prize. Don't worry.
So,
So-
ma'am,
Thank you, ma'am.
Mubashira
Thank you so
has
much.
scored 2.5 out of 5. Well done, Mubashira.
That's wonderful.
Thank you.
2.5 out of 5. I was going to say Kainat. Let's have the score. Mubashira, please mute yourself.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. Next is Rachna Awana. Hello, Rachna.
Hello, ma'am.
Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Kainat? Ready with your pen?
Yes. Ready, ma'am.
Yes. Rachna, your first question is, who is the author of the famous book, The Souls of the Black Folk? Is it W.E.B. Du Bois, Claude McKay, or Paul Dunbar?
Option A, W.A.B. Du Bois.
That is right. It is a very, very famous book by W.E.B. Du Bois, The Souls of the Black Folk. It is here that he talks about double consciousness. That is wonderful. We are moving on to the second question now, Rachna. Who invented the metrical pattern called variable foot? Is it Ezra Pound, William Carlos Williams, T.E. Hume? All the three options are images. Yeah.
Option B, William Carlos Williams.
Yes. It is William Carlos Williams who invented the metrical pattern called variable foot. In Everyday at 6 Videopedia, I had just explained that this inspired later the Beat Generation and other writers. The Beat Generation also experimented with the length of the line in their poems. Wonderful, Rachna. Next question is question number 3. The character Henry Fleming, he's the protagonist. He appears in which novel? Is it A Farewell to Arms, For Whom the Bell Tolls, or A Red Badge of Courage? There is something common to all these 3 novels. They are all war novels, satirizing war. Henry Fleming is a private in the army.
A Red Badge of Courage.
Ta-dang! That's right. It is Stephen Crane's naturalistic novel, A Red Badge of Courage. Henry Fleming is just an 18-year-old boy and is disillusioned by the war. Red Badge of Courage refers to a wound that he receives or wishes to receive, rather, in the war as a sign of courage. But then he understands that war is not about courage. It's about trauma. It's about suffering. Great novel. Rachna, next question to you. Which bisexual writer wrote Notes on Camp? Is it Susan Faludi, Shulamit Firestone, or Susan Sontag?
Susan Faludi.
Koi nahi, no problem. You have got 3 right already. Susan Faludi is a post-feminist writer. She wrote Backlash, a famous book. Shulamit Firestone is a radical feminist. That doesn't mean she shouldn't write Notes on Camp, but Notes on Camp is written by Susan Sontag. Okay, Rachna, don't worry. Next is your visual round. Are you ready for that?
Yes.
Very good. Question number 5. Identify this writer who chanted Hare Krishna mantra in his recitals. Is it Allen Ginsberg, Jack Kerouac, or Ezra Pound?
Allen Ginsberg.
Yes, it is indeed Allen Ginsberg who chanted Hare Krishna mantra in his recitals. He had visited India. He lived here for some time and he was influenced by Eastern philosophy. Rachna, you've done really well. Kainat,
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, Rachna has scored 4 out of 5. Well done, Rachna.
that is
Thank you so
amazing.
much.
Did you enjoy, Rachna? Talk about your experience.
I enjoyed a lot, ma'am. It is my first time when I joined live.
Great. And you are getting a sure prize.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Wonderful. Our next participant is Asta Mishra. Rachna, please mute yourself. Asta, please unmute yourself. Hi, are you there, Asta?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Can you please introduce yourself?
Ma'am, I'm Astha Mishra from UP, Ayodhya, and I am very happy to be with you live. It was amazing. It is very amazing experience. I enjoyed a lot.
You're going to enjoy more.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, my video is visible or
Yes,
not?
yes. I can see you.
Okay.
All
okay,
right.
thank-
First question to you. Which
Yes.
book published in The Dial combined transcendentalist ideas with early feminism? Is it Hypocrisy of Puritanism, Woman in the 19th Century, or Moving the Mountain?
Ma'am, it's B, Women in the 19th Century.
That is right. Woman in the 19th Century is by Margaret Fuller.
Well, yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
She
and she is the first she was the first editor of the Dial
Tadang, correct.
in 1914. Am I right?
1940.
Yeah, 14. Yes, ma'am.
40.
40. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Yes, ma'am.
Second question to you. The Rosa Parks incident is related to dash. Is it civil rights movement, feminism, or LGBTQ movement?
Ma'am, I'm not sure, but maybe it's LGBTQ movement.
Directly, it is related to
Feminism.
a
Oh.
civil rights movement
Okay.
and race. Asta, I will tell
Yes,
you
ma'am.
what is Rosa Parks incident.
Yes, ma'am.
Rosa Parks got into a bus and sat down in a seat that is not reserved for blacks. She was asked to get up. She refused to get up.
Yes,
And this led to widespread civil rights movements against racism across the country. And this eventually impacted on feminism and LGBTQ movements also, but directly it is related to civil rights movement.
Yes, ma'am.
We should all read about it. LGBTQ movement also began with such an incident, the Stonewall riots. When the Stonewall was, it was an inn, it was raided by the government unjustly. So these social incidents could be very important in our exams, and these are extremely important in understanding literature.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Asta, next
Yes,
question.
ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
The poem Morning Song is about dash. It is a very famous writer. Is it a mother's feelings, end of slavery, a morning?
Ma'am, second one, end of slavery. Mother's feeling?
Yes, half mark. Doesn't matter, okay? Mother's feeling it is, because Morning Song is a famous poem about Sylvia Plath. Her own experience, she wrote about her own experience of motherhood. And
Yes,
she
ma'am.
shows ambivalent feelings here. Right. So it is a mother's feelings of Sylvia Plath. Next question, ready, Asta?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Which period is called disco era in America? Is it 1990s, 1970s, or 1960s?
Ma'am, it's 1970s. Again, I am wrong. 1990s, sorry.
No, no, no. It is 1960s.
Okay, okay.
Uh,
Ma'am, actually, there is some network issue. I can't hear properly.
I know that it'll be distracting. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yes, ma'am.
We're
Yes,
all
ma'am.
learning together, no? It's okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Which period is disco era? Each decade in America is called by a name. The 1960s is called swinging 60s because of the swinging hips of the disco dancers. Did you understand? Remember
Yes,
that.
ma'am.
And Asta, I hope you'll be able to see the picture because it's going to be a visual question.
Okay, ma'am.
Identify this writer who was a major figure in the Harlem Renaissance. Is it Langston Hughes, Claude McKay, or Jean Toomer?
Ma'am, Claude McKay.
That is right. You got it there. Can you tell me major works of Claude McKay? It's not a question, really. I mean, just friendly chat.
No, ma'am, I'm not able.
No problem. Claude McKay wrote Home to Harlem, Banjo, Banana Bottom, a very
Yes,
major Caribbean American writer. Did you enjoy it?
Ma'am, very much. I am very happy to be with you. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. And you're getting a prize.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
You are my prize
Thank
to
you.
be with you. Yes, ma'am.
Kainat,
Yes, ma'am. Astha has scored 2.5 out of 5. Well done, Astha.
wow. Wow. We have 2.5 now. They are 50% scoring people. Wonderful. That is, the great beginning to a great age of learning for all of us. Thank you, Asta. Please mute yourself.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay.
Yes. Can you guess who is the next participant? It is Palash Biswas. Palash Biswas, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for everything, ma'am.
Thank you to you too. Are you ready for your questions, Palash?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you an expert on American literature?
No, no, no.
No, none of us is. We are all learning.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Palash, here's your first question. Rudy Rucker. Looks like difficult, but relax. This is an important author belonging to which group? Is it African American, cyberpunk, or LGBTQ?
Option C.
It is. He is one of the pioneers of cyberpunk. Rudy Rucker is one of the pioneers of cyberpunk movement. There are so many important writers, popular writers also, because their works get adapted into visual media, right? Don't worry. We now know. Second question to you. It is going to be easy. Don't worry. Hold fast to your dreams, for without them, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. This is part of a poem by a very powerful writer. Is it Wallace Stevens, Langston Hughes, or Maya Angelou?
Maya Angelou.
I can give you another chance.
Okay. Wallace Stevens.
Langston Hughes. It's okay. Langston Hughes was a very powerful writer of the Harlem Renaissance. He talked about a dream deferred. One poem is there from where?
Harlem, ma'am.
Harlem. Very good. So, hold fast to your dreams, for without them, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. I mentioned Harlem because it is also about dreams. Okay. So it's Langston Hughes. Okay? Next question. Another quotation. There is more day to dawn. The sun is but a morning star. Wait, let me explain. These lines are the ending lines of a very major book. And these lines show optimism, the beginning of a new dawn. A very major book for which this author is known. Tell me. It's prose.
Immersion?
No.
Sorry, ma'am.
One more guess.
I'm getting nervous.
No, don't.
Sorry.
This is a book about his own experience living somewhere. And it is an experiment in self-reliance.
Yes. David, sorry.
Thoreau.
Yes,
Henry
yes.
David Thoreau. That's right. You get half a mark there. Henry David Thoreau wrote Walden. These are the closing lines of Walden. Relax. There is nothing going wrong here. Relax. This is great experience for the exam also. You should not get stressed in the exam. Okay? Right. Shall I ask you the next question?
Yes, ma'am.
We'll leave Thoreau here, shall we?
Yes.
Yes. Wait, okay? I'll give you, I'll tell you more about this. There is this American writer. She wrote garden design books. She was a friend of Henry James, and her first novel won Pulitzer Prize. Not first novel, I think. One novel of hers won Pulitzer Prize. It is The Age of Innocence. Who is this American writer?
Edith Wharton.
Yes, it is Edith Wharton who wrote The Age of Innocence. She was also a designer. She wrote garden design books. That is amazing. Very good. Next question to you is visual. You will be able to answer. Identify this writer who wrote confessional poetry. Do you know? She wrote as a solution to her mental problems because her doctor wanted her to write. She got Pulitzer Prize also for Live or Die, her poetry collection. And then after that, she committed suicide. Who is this author? Is it Anne Sexton, Adrienne Rich, or Elizabeth Bishop?
Anne Sexton.
That is right. It is Anne Sexton. It is indeed Anne Sexton. Very good. I think I named it wrong. 4, I put it question number. But Kainat, before we come to Mansi.
Yes, ma'am. Palash has also scored 2.5 out of 5. Well done.
Wonderful. Palash.
Thank you, ma'am.
We
Yes,
wrote a book together, collaboratively. We are learning together. There is no human being who cannot do anything together. You don't have to worry. You are on the right track. You have learned a lot and you're getting there, like all of us.
Thank you, ma'am. Under your grace.
Wonderful. Relax and enjoy this. Palash, thank you. Please mute yourself. Mansi?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Mansi, welcome. Please talk about yourself a bit. Who are you? Tell us more.
I'm Mansi. I'm pursuing my MA English from Indore, Madhya Pradesh. And I was your GATE student. So we are already connected from a long time.
Great. Are you ready for your question?
Yes, ma'am. Nervous little bit, but ready.
Please don't be. This is fun. We are enjoying.
Yes, ma'am.
You know what? When I started teaching and studying and attending quizzes and all that, I was even more nervous than you. Confidence is something that comes slowly. Relax. You should learn to teach yourself to don't worry about anything. Be positive and be happy that we are learning. Look at the positive side always, because being stressed can seriously affect your performance. Okay?
Yes.
So, Mansi, here's your first question. Which Asian American writer published a novel called Independence in 2022? Is it Jhumpa Lahiri, Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni, or Khaled Hosseini?
Ma'am, option B.
That is right. Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni. She has written a lot about immigrant experience of characters. She has written about mythology. And recently, her Independence was published. Good, Manasi. Next question. Who wrote interior monologues of characters who are considered the center of consciousness? Is it Sinclair Lewis, Saul Bellow, or Henry James?
Ma'am, option A, Sinclair Lewis. Option C, Henry James.
Half mark there. Henry James was an early modernist and a realist, both. He wrote interior monologues of characters in his novels, and his characters are called center of consciousness. Okay? That is Henry James. Center of consciousness, matlab, they, through their mind only we see everything. Right. Ready for third question?
Yes, ma'am.
The book Life Studies began the Dash movement. Is it Harlem Renaissance, Beat movement, or Confessional movement?
Ma'am, option C, Confessional movement.
Ta-da-dang, correct. Robert Lovell wrote Life Studies, which began the movement called confessional poetry. Robert Lovell's students, Anne Sexton and Sylvia Plath, were also confessional poets. Okay, next question to you. The merry pranksters were associated with, is it William S. Burroughs, Jack Kerouac, or Ken Kesey?
Ma'am, option A, William S. Burroughs.
No, dear. It is
Option C, Ken Kesey.
That's right. Ken Kesey is the author of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And he was associated with a group of subculture people, subculture group called the Merry Pranksters. All right. And now the visual question. Identify this writer who won the Pulitzer Prize. Kate Chopin, Edith Wharton, Sylvia Plath.
And Kate Chopin.
No. It is Edith Wharton. No problem. I was hoping that you'll remember from Palash's question. I'm going around Edith Wharton too much, eh? Did you enjoy the quiz, Mansi?
Yes, ma'am, very much.
Great learning, eh?
Yes, ma'am. And I'll never forget these questions and answers now.
That's the spirit. Kainat?
Yes, ma'am. Mansi has scored 3 out of 5. Well done, Mansi.
Great. Now, the next participant. Are you ready, Snigdha Munir?
Yes, ma'am. Hi, ma'am.
Great. Snigdha, please introduce yourself.
I'm Snigdha. I come from Calicut, Kerala, and I've completed my post-graduation in 2018. And actually, I have done many of ma'am's courses. I mean, online courses like that of then Everyday at 7, and also PSC related courses. And I have found them all very much helpful. And I'm so indebted to you, ma'am, for that.
Thank you very much.
I think it is a great opportunity to even participate in this quiz program. Thank you.
Thank you. Snigdha, first question to you. The American novel, American Pastoral, is set against the turmoil of dash. Is it Salem witch hunts, or the American Civil War, or the 1960s?
Ma'am, I think it is option C.
The 1960s is right. American Pastoral is a novel by the Jewish writer Philip Roth. He has depicted the turmoil of the 1960s and how one girl, Mary Lvov, becomes like a terrorist at that time. Okay, second question now, Snigdha.
Okay.
The thriller movie American Psycho is based on a novel by dash. Is it E.L. Doctorow? I said D.L. I'm so sorry. E.L. Doctorow, Bret Easton Ellis, or Don DeLillo?
Option, I'm not sure about this. I think it is option A.
No. You want to guess again?
Option C.
No, it is Bret Easton Ellis. Bret Easton Ellis, famous writer, wrote American Psycho, and it became a movie series. Will you remember now?
Yes,
It's a
ma'am.
thriller, serial killer.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, question number 3. Which autobiographer was also known as Gustavus Vasa? Is it Ulada Equiano, Frederick Douglass, or Booker T. Washington?
Option A, ma'am.
Ulada Equiano. When you said, I have attended ma'am's PSC course, maybe you'll answer this, I was sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good. Now, Ulada Equiano was an 18th century slave, and he wrote about his own life. And this became a very famous autobiography of Ulada Equiano, also known as Gustavus Vasa. Question number 4. In which book did the term stream of consciousness first appear? The Art of Fiction, Principles of Psychology, or Interpretation of Dreams?
It is stream of consciousness. Option B. Option B.
Who is it by?
I can't remember, ma'am.
Ta-da-dang. It's correct though. Option B, Principles of Psychology by William James. Henry James's brother, William James.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, good. Don't forget that one. Next is your visual question. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Here you go. Identify this writer who introduced realism. Realism. Introduce realism. What does that mean? Is it Mark Twain, Ernest Hemingway, or Eugene O'Neill? I will explain after you tell me the answer.
I guess it is Mark Twain.
I deliberately put Mark Twain there.
No. Eugene O'Neill, I guess.
It is Eugene O'Neill who introduced realism in drama, in a particular genre, not everywhere. Of course, Mark Twain was there before him. It is Eugene O'Neill. Okay? Kainat.
Yes, ma'am. Snigdha has scored 3.5 out of 5. Well done, Snigdha.
Snigdha,
Thank you, ma'am.
enjoy. Did you like it, Snigdha, the experience?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it was great.
Great.
Nice questions.
Thank you. Please mute yourself now. We'll go on to talk to Maushami Roy Chowdhury. Hello, welcome.
Good evening, ma'am. I'm so happy now speechless, become speechless. So, inspired by Ezra Pound, make it new. I follow, do something new. And that's why I'm participating here. Thank you,
Yes.
ma'am. I want to thank you, but reason I will tell after the quiz.
Okay,
Yes.
very good. Maushami, here comes your first question. Which place of settlement later came to be called New York? Is it California, Manhattan, New Amsterdam?
C, New Amsterdam.
That's right. New Amsterdam later came to be called New York. Within New York, we have Manhattan, and California is in the west. That's right. Second question. Who of the following wrote a novel about the poor group of paisanos in California? Is it John Steinbeck, Eugene O'Neill, or Saul Bellow?
I think it is John Steinbeck.
That's right. You know, John Steinbeck was a Dust Bowl writer. He was from California. He wrote about people from Oklahoma going to California in search of jobs and money, livelihood. So John Steinbeck is the man associated with California. Eugene O'Neill and Saul Bellow are not associated with California. Great. Question number 3. In which work does Edna Pontellier appear as the protagonist? Is it The Awakening, Ethan Frome, or The Yellow Wallpaper?
I think it is B, Ethan Frome. The Awakening.
Yes, it is The Awakening.
How
Edna
nice.
Pontellier is in Kate Chopin's The Awakening. She is discovering herself, you know, in that short novel. It is a beautiful work. All right. Question number 4. Which of the following is an American classic set in Alabama in the South? Is it The Bluest Eye, Uncle Tom's Cabin, To Kill a Mockingbird?
To Kill a Mockingbird.
That's right. It is To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee, set in Maycomb in Alabama, where Scout Finch is talking about her childhood. And her father, Atticus Finch, was a lawyer in Maycomb in Alabama, right? Okay. Now the last question to you. Visual. Identify this writer who started the Seneca Falls Convention. Is it Lydia Maria Childs, Sojourner Truth, or Elizabeth Cady Stanton?
Elizabeth Cady Stanton.
Wow, that is right. It is indeed Elizabeth Cady Stanton. You've done amazingly well, Maushami. Kainat?
No.
Yes, ma'am. The score is 4.5 out of 5. Wonderful.
Ma'am, now may I speak something?
Definitely.
I want to thank you, ma'am, because of your class, online class, as well as a YouTube class. I dared to write Chhattisgarh PSC examination, and I qualified too. Right now, I am in a government college, Kumhari, affiliated to Hemchand Yadav University, Durg. Thank you, ma'am.
I am so happy to hear this.
I was waiting because I wanted to score good, then only I would say Chhattisgarh PSC. that
You
was
are
the
an
reason.
inspiration.
Thank you, ma'am.
Everyone, just relax, keep on studying, and you will all be in no time working in amazing colleges, becoming well-known professors. All well-known professors and scholars started small. All successful professionals started small. Slowly, by steady work, they grow. You are one of them.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
You are the inspiration.
God's grace. Thank you, Maushmi. So you can mute yourself, please. The next participant is Sapna Dubey. Hello, Sapna.
Hello, ma'am. Hi, everyone, and thank you so much, ma'am, for giving me this beautiful opportunity to introduce myself. I'm Sapna Dubey, and I graduated from Lucknow University, and I'm pursuing my master's in English, and I'm a net aspirant as well. Thank you, ma'am.
That is great. Are you ready for your first question?
A bit nervous, ma'am, but yeah,
Don't
I
be.
am.
You should be. Try, relax, enjoy. First question to you. Who is known as the godfather of punk? Is it Allen Ginsberg, William S. Burroughs, Neil Cassidy?
Ma'am, is it William S. Burroughs?
Yes, yes, yes. William S. Burroughs, indeed. You did it.
Okay.
They are all Beat Generation writers. Okay. In which book was the term American Dream coined? Is it The Five Boons of Life, American Renaissance, Epic of America?
Ma'am, it is, I think, Five Boons of Life. American Dream. Yeah.
Try again.
Okay, ma'am. Epic of America.
Ta-dang! Correct. It is Epic of America by Truslow Adams. That is where the term American Dream was coined. Great going. Question number 3. Playing in the Dark by Toni Morrison is a series of reflections on dash. Is it slave trade, whiteness, black folklore?
It's, I think, black folklore.
What is the meaning of my face? It means...
Slave trade, ma'am.
Huh?
Slave trade?
Didn't hear. Slave trade, are you saying?
Yeah, ma'am.
No, it's okay. Playing in the Dark is subtitled Whiteness and Literary Imagination. So, based on the subtitle, we should say whiteness.
Whiteness.
All right? Very good.
Yeah.
Question number 4 for you. Frost's poem, The Gift Outright, was read aloud at the inauguration of Dash. Is it John F. Kennedy, Abraham Lincoln, Ronald Reagan?
Ma'am, it's John F. Kennedy.
Ta-da-dang! Yes, it is at the inauguration of the President John F. Kennedy that Frost's poem, The Gift Outright, was read aloud. That is a very famous poem by Robert Frost. Very good. And now the visual question to you. Identify this writer who depicted Lafayette County in Mississippi. Is it Sinclair Lewis, Bernard Malamud, or William Faulkner?
Bernard Malamud.
It is a trick question.
Ma'am, yeah, William Faulkner. Definitely, William Faulkner.
Mark there, because William Faulkner depicted Yoknapatawpha, fictional county, based on the Lafayette County in Mississippi. Yoknapatawpha is from, it's Southern American county, and it is based on the real place called Lafayette County. Will you remember that? Great. Tang, tang. Okay, Kainat, over to you.
Yes, ma'am. Sapna has scored 3 out of 5. Well done, Sapna.
Great. Now we have another participant. I hope she's here. Sapna, please mute yourself. Over to Ananya KH. Are you here, Ananya? Yes. Ananya, hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Please introduce yourself. Talk to us.
My name is Ananya. I'm from Palakkad, Kerala. I have been one of your YouTube babies for more than 1 year. So I look forward to this quiz as a great opportunity for learning.
Wonderful. Your first question, Ananya. Which novel is set against the Klondike Gold Rush? Is it The Call of the...
Option A, The Call of the Wild.
Yeah. The options were, let me finish the options, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
The Call of the Wild. Option B, Blood Meridian. Option C, Aerosmith. And Ananya's answer is?
The Call of the Wild.
Very good. The Call of the Wild. Ananya, if I read out, it might help some visually impaired people, etc. That's why I want to read out before you answer.
I was thrilled.
Excited. I know. Okay, next question. Who is it by, Ananya, The Call of the Wild?
The author of White Fang.
Yes. Jack
London.
Right, Jack London. Second question. On which day was slavery abolished by the ratification of the 13th Amendment of the American Constitution? Is it 18 June 1865, 18 December 1865, 19th July 1866?
I think it is option A, 18 June 1865. 18 December 1865.
Yes, it is 18th December 1865. And you're getting half mark there. Remember this, everyone. Now, question number 3. Who wrote works on engaged pedagogy? Is it Adrian Rich, Robert Lowell, or bell hooks?
Option A, Adrian Rich.
No, you're wrong.
Option C, bell hooks.
That's right. If all of you know answer the second time, why don't you say that the first time itself? It is bell hooks. She wrote books like Teaching to Transgress, which are about classroom practice and how racism should be contested in the classroom. Engaged pedagogy, liberation pedagogy, such terms can be applied here. All right. Question number 4. The absurdist comedy White Noise, based on pop culture, was written by which postmodern writer? Is it Don DeLillo, Bret Easton Ellis, Cormac McCarthy?
Option A, Don DeLillo.
That is right. Don DeLillo wrote White Noise, where the protagonist is an expert on Hitler studies and he's so much afraid of death. And Don DeLillo is a very important author. He has written Cosmopolis. He has written Underground, very important works. Question number 5 is visual. Are you ready, Ananya?
Yes, ma'am.
Identify this writer who was born in California, but wrote about the Northeast of America. Is it William Dean Howells, John Steinbeck, or Robert Frost? Northeast of America.
Northeast. Robert Frost.
But he wrote about New England, didn't he?
John Steinbeck.
No, it is Robert Frost. I was pulling your leg. New England is the Northeast of America. New England is in the northeastern part of America. Okay, very good. This is an opportunity for us to study even more thoroughly. Even when we know, we can study even more. Just because we know something, we should never take it for granted. We have to read more and more and more about it, right? Great. Did you enjoy, Ananya? Still
Yes, ma'am.
excited?
Yes.
Kainat, over to you.
Yes, ma'am. Ananya has scored 4 out of 5. Well done, Ananya.
Great, wonderful. And we have one more participant, Sonali Virmani. Is Sonali here or absent? I think Sonali is absent, but we have an opportunity. Let us, any one of us, say, ma'am, I want to say. First, who says that can answer, okay? Don't just shout out the answer. First you say, I want to say. Then you can say. Okay, right. Are you ready? We'll share
Yes.
Sonali's questions.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Who is a psychiatrist and fictitious editor in Nabokov's Lolita? Is it Stephen Gay, William Lay, John Ray?
Ma'am, John Ray.
Who said that?
Astha.
Asta, John Ray. Kainat, these last questions should be separate, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I mean, marking should be separate. John Ray is the fictitious psychiatrist and editor of Vladimir Nabokov's Lolita. That's great. Second question. Which poem opens thus? Should you ask me whence these stories, whence these legends and traditions? Is it the Song of Hayavada, the Bells of Lynn, the Village Blacksmith? H.W. Longfellow. Who's the author?
Ma'am, the Song of
Song of-
Hayavada.
Palash also wanted to say that.
Yes,
Who
yes, ma'am.
spoke now?
Astha.
Asta, you have to say, I want to say. Then only you should
Okay.
answer.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Yeah. Because if somebody else, I'll ask, does somebody else want to say and give them also opportunity? That's why.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, ma'am.
So it is the Song of Hayavada. Question number 3. Which of these is associated with the colonial projects as well as the white man's burden? Is it Reconquista, Scramble for Africa, Risorgimento? Asta, don't answer. Let somebody else answer. Because this is not really part of your mark, but
Ma'am.
who is going to answer?
Snigdha, can I answer?
Anybody else? Snigdha is going to answer. Anybody else is interested? No. Snigdha, please do.
Is it option C?
No.
I guess it is
Ma'am,
A.
I can answer if.
Sapna, you were going to say.
I said, ma'am, it's, I think, option A. Reconquista. Right?
Who said I can answer?
Ma'am, Astha.
Okay.
Can
Sapna,
I?
let us give them a chance, Asta. Wait.
Okay.
It is, Asta, what is your answer?
Ma'am, option A.
No. Risorgimento is an Italian reunification. Reconquista is about Spain. This is white man's burden is actually Scramble for Africa. Yeah. Reconquista and Risorgimento are not there. Their white man's burden is not there actually. Conquest of Spain, and it is Scramble for Africa.
Ma'am, Rudyard Kipling also wrote about white man's burden. It is a
White
poem.
Man's Burden is a poem by Rudyard Kipling, but
Yes, ma'am.
here it means the general term white man's burden, where white people are going to reform Africa.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you,
That is
ma'am.
the term. I mean, Rudyard Kipling's poem is a very small poem. It is not that momentous poem or anything. One stupid poem, actually. But white man's burden at large is the philosophy or ideology of the white people and their burden or responsibility of going to civilize Africa. Did you understand? All right. Now, those who did not answer should answer the next question, okay? Those who answered should be quiet because we can give them a chance first. Who was the first American novelist to depict African-American characters? Is it James Cooper, James Fenimore Cooper, or Mark Twain, or Sinclair Lewis?
Ma'am, may I answer?
Maushmi?
Yes,
Yeah.
James Fenimore Cooper.
Yes, James Fenimore Cooper. I'm sure others also knew, but this is just a sharing learning session. That's why I said let everybody answer, okay? It is not to test anybody's knowledge or ignorance or anything, right? It is indeed James Fenimore Cooper. And all of us should answer this. Identify this writer who wrote a classic about indentured laborers. Gavitra Bahadur, Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni, Jhumpa Lahiri. She seems to have our hairstyle.
May I try? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni.
No, indentured laborers.
Ma'am, Gayatri Bahadur.
Gayatri Bahadur wrote The
Yes,
Coolie
ma'am.
Woman. Yes, about indentured laborers.
Yes, ma'am.
This time it was asked in net, so I thought you'll remember.
Yes, ma'am. That's why I'll remember.
Gavitra Bahadur, a famous novelist, The Coolie Woman. She's a Caribbean American writer. Okay, Kainat, this is amazing, isn't it, Kainat?
Absolutely, ma'am.
Come online, let us see you. Video, I mean. Kainat, talk to us. What are the scores like?
Yes, so the first position we have Mosumi with 4.5 marks. For the second position, we have a tie between Ananya and Rachna, each with 4 marks. And for the third position, we have Snigdha with 3.5 marks. Snigdha was for the third position. For the fourth position, we have Mansi and Sapna with 3 marks each. And for the fifth position, we have Mubashira, Astha, and Palash, all with 2.5 marks.
That's great. You have all done really, really well. All of us are champions. All of us have had amazing learning here. This is amazing. Lastly, before we wind up, I want all of you to speak once again. How did you enjoy? Some of you did not even introduce yourself, I think. How did you feel about this quiz? Talk to us.
May I?
Yes.
This was my first attempt of any live quiz, and I was very excited, nervous. And thank you, ma'am. You have been a great motivator, and I religiously follow your all lectures, E at 6, Videopedia, as well as whatever live lecture or even I have taken your of online classes too. So thank you for this opportunity to come here and participate. Thank you so much, ma'am.
I'm so blessed and happy. Rachna, you did not introduce yourself, if I remember.
Yes, ma'am.
Talk to us.
I'm from Haryana. I'm Rachna, and I didn't join before that. And what should I say?
What do you do?
Nothing, ma'am. Only studying.
That is a great thing to do. In fact, we're all doing that. Great. And I hope you'll join us in further quiz programs and things like this.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Palash, please talk about yourself.
Yes, ma'am. It's very good to join you, ma'am. And I'm seriously lucky that I'm having you and I'm being a student of yours.
Are you from West Bengal?
Yes, ma'am.
I asked you because of
Yes,
your
no,
study.
Yes. I'm from West Bengal, and I have just completed my master's in 2021, and I have cracked NET as well as GATE in the last year, 2022.
Wonderful. Congratulations. Congratulations. Kainat,
Yes, ma'am.
please introduce yourself and give us our concluding remarks.
Yeah, hello everyone. So my name is Kainat Ghazal. I've been ma'am's online batch student, and I've also been a YouTube baby since before that. So I've been in touch with ma'am since a long time, and I'm extremely happy that I got to connect with the team, team test, and got to be a part of the R&D group. It's amazing, it was a wonderful experience conducting this quiz itself, and a very enriching experience at the same time. All the participants are wonderful, I must say, and I'm sure, don't be disheartened if you couldn't answer. I know not everyone can answer 100%, but we get to learn 100%, right? And that's what is going to help us in the long run. And I'm also happy to share that I've qualified the NET 2022, and I missed the JRF by 0.4 percentile, so that's there. But yeah, I'll keep trying for that as well. And I've also appeared for the West Bengal SET and GATE exams, so hoping for the results. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. Thank you for your remarks. Thank you for participating. Thank you, ma'am.
And all of us are champions. All of us are getting prizes.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
I'm ending the session. Bye-bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.